Okay.
I'm awful.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 378, recorded August 13th, 2014. Thankfully, it's a Wednesday, not a Friday, because it would be bad luck. But this is good luck because Rob Springer is back this week.
Lucky you. And guys, I just want to throw this out there. First things first, I'm the realist. So, putting that out there.
God,
everyone knows.
I love and hate you at the same time.
For all you people who are not real, I just went over your heads. Just letting you know.
I hate that song so much.
Well, you know, some of us are just quite the realist, and we're like, you know what? This person is not realist at all. So yeah, music for stupid people. Okay, so on the show this week, we have stuff. So we have some news, and we have a few items. It's a really interesting week. Not a lot of news came out, but some stuff has sort of happened, or this week commemorates a few things that I think are interesting. So I just want to throw a few things out there. We are doing live Q&A. So if you're listening to this, like the podcast version or watching the video version on YouTube, you can hear.
Well, you won't be able to ask live questions.
You can hear what the chat asked us during the live show. So you need to join us live, which is on a Wednesday every week. We first hop on, gosh, early now, like 7:45 or so Eastern time, except for Rob Springer, who gets here right at 8:30. And
because I get home at like 7:30.
I know, I'm kidding. And the live show actually starts around 8:30 Eastern time, but we do pre-show. We talk about stuff that we don't want to talk about on the show. Talk about people, complain about things. You know.
And you need to join us live because joining us Memorex isn't near as fun.
Yeah, it's not. So.
Oh, dead medium.
Yeah. So, but yeah, live Q&A this week. So people in the chat, be prepared.
John's in the chat right now and says your audio is low on the stream relative to everybody, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I see it right now. It's probably Skype. I hate Skype. So let's go ahead and XV. I'm going to throw it to you. You know why? Because I can.
Catch.
Do you see the new pictures?
You're going to regret this.
Do you see the new pictures of Crosscut that were posted this week?
I'm aware that they exist, and that sure does still look like the Crosscut toy we've seen, since Toy Fair.
I know.
Well, actually, that's not quite the truth, because the one at Toy Fair was all painted silver and everything. This is flat grade plastic.
Well, yeah.
And apparently that's an outrage because nobody remembers that every time that's exactly what happens with every toy that's ever shown off. Hey, this toy didn't come out at retail slathered in paint. Although, you know what did come out slathered in paint? Roadbuster.
Yes.
No, I mean seriously, 80%, 60 to 80% of the brown on that toy is paint. And some of it's over other paint.
That's not paint.
It's over orange paint on the legs. And
yeah, it's kind of hideous that way, but it's a nice toy. But yeah,
I really like Roadbuster. General, it's got some tolerance issues, but No, I'm looking forward to Crosscut though. It's kind of cool. We're getting an e-hobby thing and a mainline release.
Yeah,
that's
now if we can only get Screech.
Yeah, that's Games Workshop Gray, all right.
Yeah,
it looks like the legs are mistransformed.
It's gun manual.
They probably are mistransformed, and they're probably on backwards again, like Skids' were.
Oh God.
I think really just the delay is they're maybe they'll forget how disappointed they were in Skids by the time they buy this one. Oh yeah.
I was hoping they would fix the mold and make the arms come out a little bit further.
No, because that would require more investment in engineering time and mold changes, and it was never going to be any different aside from the head they had already tooled when they made it.
I just don't understand why it got delayed so much. That's why I was hoping
movie stuff.
Yeah, but it's coming out. That's the important thing.
Yeah,
everything's coming out. Yeah. Everything that was solicited at Toy Fair is coming out
until they cancel RC.
Yeah.
But,
I'm telling you, the Energon version with Headmaster Kicker is away.
I would buy that.
So as soon as RC hits stores, they're going to issue a recall, and they're going to send out folks in black vans to go to people's houses and take them from them if they already bought them.
And that's the day we see Dawn on the news.
Yeah.
You can't take mine!
No, Rob, they will see me on the news when I show up at your door with Massey.
Somebody thinks they're funny.
So confirm this for me, though. Confirm this for me. Just this is my opinion, and I just want to make sure that I'm not alone. Crosscut looks way better than Skids.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they look equally good, just kind of different ways.
Yeah.
For me, it's the color. The colors just pop more.
They
And
do.
I like that head.
I love the red.
Yeah, I always like that Diaclone head sculpt a little bit better.
Yeah, the head's really cool, and like the problem with Skids is that it's sort of in the wrong colors because it was based on what Skids looked like in the comic, which was already a muted color palette.
Yeah, Skid should be a much darker blue.
Yeah.
And boring.
Let's see here. Jumping ahead. So Primacy 1 came out today. Has anyone read it yet?
No.
Nope.
Do we have
Not interested. There's a review on T-Formers,
So
though.
did
Is that the
Rob
only
review
comic?
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the only comic this week?
Yes.
Only.
I'm buying it now.
I think Robots in Disguise is next week, though.
So this was probably my biggest comics week in forever. I had 4 comics that came out this week.
Wow.
I used to get, no joke, like 30 comics a week. I had 4 this week, and that's my biggest week all month. And if I hadn't gotten Primacy, it would have just been obviously just 3.
So Primacy is after Autocracy and Monstrosity, huh?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be good. Yeah, I said it.
Well, I mean, it's still got Ramondelli's art.
I like the
And
art. I'm just like,
It's still
every other
written
issue.
by the same people, so however you felt about the first 2, you'll probably feel about this one.
I will give Monstrosity credit. I really enjoyed the first half of it.
I think
So,
Monstrosity needs some points anyway, just for already naming itself what people were going to nickname it in the fandom anyway.
I think it
'Cause-
just needed some relevance.
You know, after we called Autocracy Atrocity for months and months, they just like, let's just forget it. We'll just go ahead and call it Monstrosity and cut them off at the knees.
Yeah.
I
No,
remember.
the thing
Go
in the
ahead.
preview pages that are up on T-Formers, though, that really caught my eye was a full page of Cybertron, and I swear that looks like an Oreo cookie.
I remember Flint Dilly was friends with me on Facebook till one day I, without thinking, posted boy, they're making up Autocracy as they go, aren't they?
Oh.
And then they say, oh, no, I don't see his updates anymore. I'm like, did you catch that?
Oh, let me check real quick. Let's see if you're a mutual friend.
Yeah, it's like, because he's got like a few thousand, like, no one even don't follow everybody. Like,
Flint.
robots, I get it. Nerds.
Mutual friends. Okay, let me look. I got
I'm
61.
not there.
61 mutual. Let's see here. Trent, Jeff, TFG1 Mike, Protoman, Amy, TFcon,
I bought it.
All right.
Carl,
That future's awesome.
Rick, Phil,
Go Comixology.
Sean Long,
Transfandomat.
Monzo. I don't see you yet, Rob.
Oh, he for some reason I disappeared. It was the same day I was live tweeting watching Poltergeist 3. So it was not the
Yeah,
slam at the writing, it was the, oh, I see, the Indian stole his car.
See,
Hmm.
the bad thing about that, it was Poltergeist 3 and Rob Springer 0.
Actually, it was Poltergeist 2. That's how offended I was. Like, oh, I get it. The Indian's going to steal his car now, huh? Yeah, sure.
And I just thought, and
Like,
I
oh,
just
there's
thought-
Rob, but no, it's Derek J. Wyatt.
Yeah. I pissed off the Dill Man. That's
John, Nicole. I'm looking. I'm not seeing you.
you're not
Rob.
going to see me. It's like, oh yeah, don't say something flaming under your own alias.
Oh yeah, you're not on there. There's
Yeah,
Vice
yeah.
Grip X though.
Oh, good. I'm going to make up a persona and just refriend them.
Yeah, you
Not-
should.
I'll be
Not if you
Michael
tell-
Bay
Not
or
if you tell
something.
the entire internet that's what you're going to do.
He's not listening, Don.
You don't know that?
Yes,
Yeah,
hey,
we do.
Flint, let's make up. You, me, man. Bro fist.
Yeah, nice. Okay, let's see
we're
here.
friends now.
Okay, so one news item I wanted to mention. So it turns out we got confirmation that Saber, or Star Saber, Saber in this case, is a Brainmaster.
That's good.
We figured it would be, but it's nice to actually see it.
I wasn't sure when the picture came out if it was actually a Brainmaster, if it was just like a molded piece to have the figure in the cockpit that you didn't see. And
Well, his face isn't there, so I'm assuming that he is.
Well, I'm saying the original pictures. You know,
Oh.
when we first saw, or was it like say Jan in a spacesuit or something? I didn't know, but this is definitely a major plus.
Wouldn't that make him a face master?
Kinda.
The Japan names, man.
Oh my gosh!
Are we gonna get any Breast Force figures?
Yeah.
Or was
Star
it? Wait,
Saber-
was it Breast Force or was it?
Breast Force.
Yes,
Yeah.
Breast Force.
I was thinking it was Breast Force or Breast Patrol or something.
Well, whoa, I remember Breast Masters as.
Oh yeah,
is that
people
real
Breast-
or-
no, people say
Aren't Breastmasters the members of Breast Force?
I'm trying to remember because there's so many fan terms and.
Would
some
that be
became
Overlord?
real.
Because doesn't the
He's a
two
pow- he's-
little-
he's a Power
that's
Master.
Power Masters.
he's a
Yeah,
Power
yeah,
Master.
he's a God Master. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't they go in his breasts?
They pretty
Technically-
much do, yeah.
The Breast Masters are Target Masters by default, but actually the Target Masters, but the guns have a third mode. So
Everyone getting to sit home.
Diecast looks so confused.
watch Victory.
Or not.
Diecast, you have about 25 years to catch up with us, so
Yeah.
you'll lose your life. So you are so much better off than we are. Okay, raise your hands if you're married and have kids.
Yeah.
Diecast, there you go. Raise your hand if you're not. I'm married, no kids. Yeah,
I have a cat.
I have 3 cats. I'm the crazy cat man.
Don, that's like negative credit on this score.
Yep.
But, yeah, watch Master
You just
Force
scored a
first.
-2.
Watch Master Force first.
But
You'll
watch it
enjoy
dubbed. Watch it dubbed.
No.
Yeah, watch
Yes.
everything. done.
Burn the dub with fire.
Watch
The
everything.
Burn will dub
The
you
dub
with
is
fire.
easy.
Watch everything dubbed, but Zone, because Zone doesn't have an official dub. I guess the Japanese series don't
Yeah.
either, except for Car Robots.
The ones that Best Buy sells, are they the dub?
No, they're just-
No, they're
no.
subbed.
No, Hasbro was
Disappointing.
not interested in selling those dubs.
well, can you blame them?
No.
am the ninja consultant from Cybertron.
I can be disappointed, but I can't blame them.
That I am embarrassed when I watch the dub. It's like this is embarrassing.
You're watching Master. You're watching. Never mind.
ding, ding, ding. Master Force.
Force.
You're sitting there like listening to Kiss Players, the radio drama, and that you're not like embarrassed by that.
I
Yes.
don't have any of the radio dramas.
Okay, good.
We really need to set up those Transformers Rewind recording
let's-
sessions of the dubs.
Yes.
Let's explain how this embarrassing thing works. My car has a 12-speaker surround sound stereo system, and I live in a bad neighborhood. So life is a highway. It's just blasting, and I'm like, "Hi, gangsters, going home." Trust me, Don. The dub is okay.
Yeah, I love the dub.
I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose me. Kenny Loggins on next.
I would rather not read.
I'm now
my
imagining
cartoons.
Return to Pooh Corner coming out of Frost.
Okay, so
And
Don
the food corners after the show.
Don's
man.
not a fan of the Kiss Players fiction. Is anybody here a fan besides XV?
Does anyone admit to knowing it? They're like, yeah.
I love that look.
I was kind of a fan of the box art of the toys when we were
Yeah,
at
the-
Shardicon, and I saw that.
Oh God!
Kiss Player toys are great. I mean, I love that Rodimus.
Especially the little plastic ones that don't move. Those are the best.
I think my favorite review of the Kiss Player toys was
I'm kidding,
I
Don.
bought this for the hot rod, and I took the creepy plastic thing and put it in the microwave. And then he took a picture of it, and there it was, just melted plastic. Like, yeah, this is what I think about your crap stuff.
The last thing I got Broadcast, which was like the post alternators pre Kiss Player.
Final Tech Asterisk or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's.
kind of wanted that one.
I got it, then I sold it to Phil or Trent or somebody for like $50. Yeah, I probably should have kept that one. Okay, let's see what else in the news. We have first. It's painted, but it's what it's going to look like. It looks really nice. Ghost Shooter. Actually, is this the painted version or is this the production?
We're still hand painted at this point.
It looks really nice.
It does.
It does. It looks pretty nice. I kind of like that they used the intake on the roof and put a little blue and red dot on it to make it out like it's a light bar.
Yeah, it looks.
That's like laughably ridiculous, but I got to give them points
Yeah.
for the attempt.
So this is. I mean, it's a crappy toy.
No, it's not
Yeah.
the worst thing.
It's up there.
It's just
It's-
extremely mediocre.
Well,
It's not even
just-
the worst Bumblebee toy in the last 5 years.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Which one is?
Well, see, the
Or
good
for
thing about
Cybertron.
this,
Okay.
well, see, the good thing about this is with it being a Takara, there's actually paint on the mold.
Well,
Which-
it's
which
a
cover-
It's not just Takara though. This is Million Publishing. This is
Yeah.
mail away exclusive. So retail budget does not apply.
exactly.
Right, because this is the same as Stepper, and
If you wanna-
Stepper was $100.
if you want,
Don, do you have Artfire? The Million Publishing Artfire?
Eddie's got the original
I got
Fire too.
Artfire Stepper.
Well, yeah, but the Million Publishing one's the only one that matters. That thing's drowned in paint. I mean,
Yeah.
there will be paint
So
on
look,
Ghost
let's look at it this way, Don. If we wanted to have an RFC custom transformer and we wanted Hasbro to like paint it up, they would put all kinds of paint if we had the money.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying any mold that is a bad mold for some reason, if you add the proper amount of paint to it, it negates a lot of the issues, like the Bumblebee with the mismatched yellows and things like that. So I'm just saying, they by applying the correct amount of paint, they've actually made this mold into a better mold. as far as looks.
Even Goldfire was improved because, like you said, does not have the mismatched colors.
So
Yeah.
I never had a problem with the mold. It's just the colors was always so crappy.
Mhm.
But this looks great. I would love to get it, but with the Million stuff, it's so hit or miss because look, Stepper sold out really quick. I remember XV, weren't you and I trying to find Stepper at the same BotCon?
Yeah.
You and I were still trying to find Steppers.
Mhm.
Artfires are sitting on clearance in many places for less than $185 to $100, which is you wouldn't expect that on that mold with that character. So there's no way of knowing what this Ghost Shooter's going to go for.
Okay. The way I'm looking at it, though, is Stepper has had a lot of media exposure, where Artfire is basically there's that original Headmasters manga that it was in, and that's it. People have more of a connection to Stepper or Ricochet because it's been used in other formats.
But pretty much,
I think that made it more popular. Also, it's one of the best molds that came out since Plastics and Generations started.
Nerd alert.
But but yeah, that's true because Artfire. Because usually when you think Stepper is when you think of Artfire, not the reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I was so happy with just to reissue Stepper. Now it's just like, I'm good.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that too, and it was marked down to like $7 at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I bought one at original retail because I was so excited. Like, I'm getting Stepper for $50. Shut up. And then I was like,
Wasn't it only
oh, I got
35?
maybe.
U.S. retail. He probably got the Japanese box.
Did you get the
No, it
Japanese?
was the U.S. retail. I think.
I got the Japanese collections or whatever they call it, that series.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
because you make
tempted.
dumb choices.
That's
And
true.
then like I get another one for my brother for Christmas because I knew he bought it on clearance. And he's like, "I don't know if you got that." I was like, "Yes, it's okay. Just pour on the Steppers."
Nice.
You know how expensive this toy was up until last month?
Yeah, it was $1,000.
People on ATT are just like, "Damn it," and like screaming.
So, I'm kind of been in the BotCon, post-BotCon. I guess actually, really, it's more post-SDCC now at this point. Blahs. There's news, but there's like nothing that exciting. Like, and honestly, I hate to say it. I kind of hate to say it, but the combiner news at SDCC was kind of a letdown because we already pretty much inferred it from the news at BotCon. We just actually got to see it.
Yeah, it would have been a
I don't know,
lot
I was-
better if they just kept their mouth shut at BotCon about the combiners.
Yeah, except they wanted to reveal the whole thing at BotCon. They just weren't allowed to.
Yeah, they
and
couldn't.
they wanted to give the BotCon people like a special sneak peek of that, just because they could not outright tell them.
Yeah.
You know, they it's kind of a jerk thing anyway. I mean, I know they're like, okay, we're going to show more at the bigger con and all that, but the fact that they're like, more at the next con or whatever, is kind of just sort of a, they should just be like, guys, just sort of try to play it off a little better. And hey, the good stuff's coming in a few months.
Good catch, Rob.
Good catch, Rob.
I'm trying.
This is kind of like the downward point part of the year though. Like
Yeah, it always is.
BotCon's over. Toy Fair is now 4, 5, 6 months away.
Yeah.
So it's but
Yeah.
on the plus side, I did reserve my room for TFcon.
Woo!
Plus I signed up. So
Woo!
Hopefully, you're at the same hotel as us.
no, I'm at the new hotel. The second one.
Crappy
Oh.
crappy Stein.
I don't
That's
care.
crap.
Well, I don't care.
I feel so proactive on this one. Like, first day, got my room. First day of pre-registered, I pre-registered. Now I'm like, I should save some money.
Yeah.
I should put a little cash back.
So I guess
I
we
keep-
go ahead.
But no,
No,
I was like, I keep saying I should get a credit card or something for that hotel. They'll be like a week before. I sure did forget to do that.
Yeah. No, I'm like historically at every BotCon I've gone to, I've only gone to like the convention hotel like twice. Usually, I mean, I don't even sleep. I haven't even always slept at the hotel that I'm in. You know, like sometimes I'll just crash on somebody's floor, or not
Or you
sleep.
could be like Hellbat and rent someone's closet.
Yeah.
What was that? $50 for the weekend? It's like Hellbat just show. Okay, I know Don and XV and Brian know Hellbat. Anyone
Yeah.
else know Hellbat here?
No, probably not.
To educate people, Hellbat is a gentleman in the fandom from London
Yeah.
who makes absolutely no plans at all when he shows up as cross-planet trip. So he just shows up. He's like, "Can I stay in someone's room?" No one knows his name, and you have to reintroduce yourself each time because he's not forgotten who you are.
Yeah.
But he's like, he knows your face.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird though? Sometimes you have to like I've met you and I've hung out with you for like over the course of years, like
decade.
weeks at a time. And yeah.
He shows up and he's like, "Hey," and he starts talking. You're like, he's not forgot my name again.
The worst part, I have so many friends in the fandom, and a lot of them have the same name, that sometimes it's like, instead of remembering someone's name, you remember this person, you kind of bucket them together,
Yeah.
and they all belong in a bucket. And sometimes people fall between buckets, so like you might have a Matt that you accidentally call Rob, because, you know, you have so many Robs and Matts that you know. I've done that.
Screen names are so handy sometimes.
I know. I prefer screen names.
The funniest thing is, though, we're all comfortable calling each other our screen names. But if you meet someone in real life and they got like an awkward nickname, you're not saying that thing for anything.
It's like Chris here, XV. I'm trying to call him Chris.
That is diecast. I don't care what you say.
Oh, Kim. So Kim calls everybody by their screen name, except for Don. Don's just Don.
And
Well,
it's
it's
just
kinda
gone
awkward.
everywhere, though.
Well, he's not. He's HMRC forever. He's nobody. We don't use that.
That's not
His
his
screen name
though.
is the custom license plate on like a Subaru.
Yeah, kinda. She doesn't say Rob. It's Rob. And
Yeah.
but yeah, Chris is XV. Melvar is Melvar. Diecast is Diecast. Like in person, I mean, I don't find it weird calling somebody by their screen name because I've done it for God more than half my life. But it's some people, it's weird for them to receive that. Like, thankfully, I use my name.
The worst is when you have to explain, when like you're talking to people casually, like at work or whatever, and then you just realize, I just called someone Laser Prime out loud. And it's something.
Like with Hoop. Like, I refer to Hoop a
man.
lot. I refer to Hoop a lot because I work with a few PhDs, and I don't have a PhD. So when I refer to my friends that have a PhD, there's like 5 or 6. But Hoop's the one I know best, so I call him Hoop. And that name is close enough to where it sounds like a real name, but it's not like that weird.
Well, it's funny because sometimes you'll say someone's name, and their screen name actually sounds more realistic of a name.
Well, Hoop's a perfect example of that.
Yes, and to a point where you're like, am I saying it right?
Yeah.
I'm even from the same state, man.
Yeah, but with TFcon coming up, I know most of us are going to try to make it. XV, I think we can work something out. You're not?
I can't. I don't think I can do it. I don't think there's
Come
money.
to FartCon. They're all farting the entire time.
Yeah.
Project
Talk
Butt
to me
Tuba
offline.
is set on.
Not Rob. Not no. Not
You're
no,
farting
Rob.
right
Shh,
now. Look
Rob,
at that.
Rob.
Man, you
Can't
need to go
you
change
just
your britches.
XV? Can't you just sleep in Brian's closet? I'm sure.
I don't have the $50 for the weekend though.
Yeah. We should set up a GoFundMe for XV to go to TFcon.
Oh
You know,
yeah, that's
Of all
totally
the
work.
Patreons, I literally did think about starting ones like,
Oh,
for free money too.
Hey XV, what you could
What?
do is you could do a contest for a guest appearance on Superhero Time.
No.
Yeah,
Different
raise
times
money.
on summer break.
I know. I'm just
No.
saying.
You could do it. You could do a contest for a guest appearance in their person's hotel room for the weekend.
Guys, we're thinking about this all wrong. Everyone throwing their tickets. Cage fights at TFcon. We'll fight. Every
Massey-
con's got that shirt cage thing. You'll just shove them in there.
Well, Massey will fight for me because he is awesome.
We're all a
He
little
fights
frightened of your cat.
at you, not.
I can fight a cat.
Yeah.
I don't know. You seen what Massey's done to Dawn, man?
Yeah.
You just see like a white
Don
flash.
doesn't know how
Dawn's
to deal with
bleeding.
cats.
I would-
Don doesn't know how to deal with cats, even though he's had that cat for years and years.
I would hate to fight Bumper though, because Bumper's huge.
The Bumper's lazy, man.
Yeah.
Bumper just lays there. Meow!
But basically, what I was trying to say though, like TFcon's until Toy Fair, TFcon's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But we might see some stuff at TFcon.
Third party
for
stuff.
for the upcoming year, though.
I don't care. I mean, I'm like. Thank you, Don, for mentioning that.
It's all going to be third-party stuff.
Yeah, because it's not an official convention. I'm like so done with third party at this point because like Don, perfect example on Facebook. Someone posted the picture of one of the new Dinobots, and you were asking which one it was, and you know why? Because we can't tell.
Well, it's just,
There's too many.
Well, see, the thing of it is there's only 2 snarls that are even close to being ready to come out: Gigapower's larger version and Fans Toys Saber. But hello, Massey.
You're dead.
We've got 2 Impactors coming out now. 3 if iGear ever gets theirs out of.
Wait, 2?
So,
Yes.
2?
with the crazy names they give them, is any of these
Mastermind
Impactors-
Creations revealed one too.
What's their
Right,
product
who-
names?
Hey,
Who's the one
where you
besides
going?
Mastermind?
Where are you going?
you're going down, big boy.
I'll have to look.
I want
Like,
one
I
to be
know
named
there-
Wisdom Tooth.
I know the one group was trying to do like a knockoff Kickstarter, theoretically, to knock off the Universe Onslaught mold as Strika and then have Impactor parts for it also.
Mastermind
But-
Creations is the new one. X2 Toys XT006 Firing Pin is the other one.
The people making Metroplex parts.
Yes, and iGear if they ever
Yeah,
follow
iGear's
through
had that-
with theirs.
iGear's had the Warpath bootleg one, on the back
Yeah, I
burner
saw
for
something
years.
like
Yeah,
that.
for a year and a half, 2 years.
You know, I still like my name, Wisdom Tooth, best. Because,
Impactor.
I mean, why I need to work for these companies, man. I will
For that
name.
matter, though, you could call it bowel obstruction.
Really, I'm still trying to figure out Smart Robin. I
Yeah.
get the smart
Brainstorm.
part.
Robin?
It's I didn't get that either. It's an
Smart Robin's
anagram.
an anagram of brainstorm.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't understand how Robin has anything to do with Storm. That's me. I'm like, what?
It's just, what they got out of the word.
Robin's not next
You
man,
know,
man.
They could have called him Farfennugan for all they wanted
Yeah.
to.
They could have called him Blue Fart.
I like that.
They should have.
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned Smart Robin because I did get the repro labels label for Smart Robin. I haven't applied it. Now I've got to find it. I
Yes,
don't-
face.
yeah, that's half the reason I got it. But so
Except there's somebody who does like nice 3D printed add-on parts, and they've made a faceplate piece that just like pegs over the nose and chin protrusion.
yeah.
You could actually have like an actual faceplate instead of a sticker just covering it, and they have a briefcase that hangs off a handcuff to go with it.
That's awesome. So
Apparently, when the Hasbro Brainstorm comes out, they're going to get sizing off of that and make one for the Hasbro one too.
that's great.
That's cool.
So, but talking about the third-party stuff, though, like this week I saw that new Megatron that's coming out, the Triple Changer, and I don't care.
Well, that's because it's a horrible, horrible idea to make Megatron a triple changer.
Well, it's a horrible idea to make Megatron.
Yes.
Wasn't Takara going to make a triple changing Megatron at one point anyway, where it's like
Yeah,
a
that was
Skywarp and Megatron or something? And then there was a Galvatron Megatron one too.
No, actually,
Uh-huh.
in the animated, was it the animated book that was plans for an animated
Marauder Megatron.
Marauder Megatron? Yeah.
Okay, that one too. I was thinking those. I think it's from an old copy of Generations or something. They
Yeah,
Oh,
something
no.
like that.
No, you're right, Rob. Because in the early production materials since retailers, it was a Megatron Skywarp smash up something.
and there was going to be something with Galvatron and Megatron too, or at least
Mhm.
planned.
We talk about this though every week. and it just never it just doesn't get any better. Like my original problem before with the third-party stuff was just the blatant IP theft, but now I get that Hasbro doesn't address it because 400 or 500 pieces really isn't worth the effort.
Right.
But the thing is, it's just gotten stupid.
I think instead of talking about the third-party product right now, what we need to talk about is when did third-party jump the shark?
Yes.
Well, let's check a wiki page.
I don't know.
This wiki page is a paragraph. What is it?
That's a really good question. So I think what would you say would be when the third party stuff really matured, like Hexatron or something?
I think the beginning of the end was Giant versus Hercules.
Yes, yes. There you go.
Yeah, that was a downturn moment for sure.
And
even though it represented like a new accomplishment in third party,
Yes.
it also started to prove why this was not tenable the way it set up.
Then
It set a precedent, and everybody had to have their combiners.
Then we had 14 Predakings, and that's when it jumped the shark.
I think
No. Now, come on. We only had 3 Predakings. We have 14 Dinobot teams now as a result of that. We're experiencing exponential growth here.
You guys want to see my newest for third-party product?
No, I do want to see your
are we
fourth-party
old
product.
enough?
I got this third-party product right here.
Is that
licensed.
Is that the Transformers guy? Oh no, never mind.
Oh no,
Yeah, this is the Hallmark thing.
Hallmark.
The girlfriend grabbed it for me.
I thought that was the buying Transformers handbook because I've
I've got so many of those unofficial books. I'm like, at first I was kind of like, third party. They're kind of. I have so many fanzines and books and unofficial things. I have no room to talk.
Okay, so
that's where I'm just like, ugh.
John DeLuna is going with the 3 Predakings is the turning point.
Yeah, I mean, the Devastators, I think you can call aberration in the model where 2 parties independently struck upon that. But after that point, I mean, there's not really an excuse to have multiples of the same idea anymore.
Sure.
so I'm going to
You
go.
know,
Go ahead, Don.
No, I was gonna say, I've said in previous podcasts, you would think that there would be, and you and I got into this conversation a while back about why would you give away your secrets and stuff like that, but I still think there would have been more communication to avoid the Predaking peril of having so many coming out at once, and the communication just was not there, and it needed to be, once you reveal that, hey, we're doing a Predaking, someone should have said, okay, they're doing a Predaking too. We need to get on the same page here and make sure we're not cannibalizing each other's sales. And that didn't
But they're
happen.
not organized.
I'm glad they're not organized. Here's the reason. I want to have 3 and 4 and 5 Predakings out at the same time. That way I can choose between all 4 which one I want to buy. I don't want to, there only be a Unique Toys Predaking, and I'm like, I really want a Predaking, and I go all in on that one, and then, 2
But you
years
have
later we
all
get the
these-
Mastermind Predaking. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, I can't.
But
Really?
you have
Seriously.
all these companies
Seriously,
producing
really?
the same figure.
And that's
Not
how,
all of these companies are going to make their money back
and that-
because
and-
not
yeah, and
everybody's
that-
selling all their stuff.
And that's how these companies go out of business, is because nobody buys their stuff because there's too many of the same thing.
but that's their fault. We can't control
you're right. You're
the
right.
product that they put out.
You're absolutely right. It is their fault.
So,
Like Hasbro put out like 10 Predakings last year.
Yeah, that's true. so here, I'll just tell you what I'm just going to tell you what I just did. I just canceled my pre-order for the Sigma L or whatever the hell its name is, and I just canceled my pre-order for the third party. Oh gosh, what was it? I've already, because there's so many of these things I've already forgotten what I had.
Now,
Masterpiece Sophia.
No.
Now, you are still getting Salmore, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping Salmore because it's GoBot.
Right.
How many
Like
times are we getting that? I canceled the pre-order for, I don't even know. Oh, yeah, the Derpa Dinobot. So, yeah.
These guys have my heart in mind.
Let's see. Do I have anything else I can comfortably? Let's see here. I've got to keep my Planet of the Apes 8-inch cloth Taylor figure, but that's not a Transformer. Let's see here. Oh God, do I cancel my Mania King?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I
cancel.
kind of like one of those.
no
That-
way. You're not canceling
I would
that.
have canceled him before I canceled Sigma L.
Just canceled.
Which one's Sigma L?
Mind Wipe.
Not Mind Wipe.
Yep, just canceled Mania King, and let's see here. I am debating on Dice Stack.
I think we should all apologize because Brian's really on a on a rant right now.
That's fine. No, the thing too with the third parties is that, like, there are distinct brands and groups, but there's also like interaction and crossover between the groups. You know, it's not all completely independent units. There's crossover of people from one group to the next.
True.
So there is the potential for communication and organization within them to not repeat this or that, but you've got Mastermind doing one Predaking, you've got Unique Toys doing other, and I think BTS is the third one that nobody even remembers is happening because it's BTS and nobody really likes them.
BTS
Didn't I
cancels
buy it from
everything
there?
that they show us anyway.
Didn't I buy it from BTS? What are you talking about?
So
remember BTS did that Sonicron, that was their first full figure, and
Yeah.
I
I got that on clearance, and I wish I never did.
God.
After
I wish
that,
I did, because it's $20, right?
Yeah.
after
Yeah, I got
that,
it. I
nobody-
think it was a neat toy for. I mean, I never took it out of the packaging, so I don't know quality-wise
Okay,
how good
so-
it is.
Well,
It,
then you don't
it
really
was
have-
nice, but
cargo.
I never took it
You
out of
don't
the
really
package.
have a neat toy then. What you have is a neat display piece, and
Yeah, well, that's what
okay,
most of these
so
things are.
okay,
That
so
is
actually,
corrugated board right there.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about that for a little bit, though. BTS did their first standalone figure, and it was universally received as terrible. Mastermind did their first figure, which was Night Morpher Commander, the Hearts of Steel Optimus.
It's like the goofiest name possible.
Well,
Guys, watch
Uh,
out! Night Morpher Commander's coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that was also terrible, but in terms of like the material tolerances and things like that. The difference is Mastermind went back and retooled the mold. They made a bunch of changes to how it was produced, and when they did the second version of that, Annihilator, it was 100% better.
Oh yeah, I mean,
BTS didn't do that. You can have a terrible initial product, and then you can go back and turn it around and make something and get people behind you again. Mastermind is one of the most popular third-party groups right now because they learned from their initial mistake, and they've made solid quality products ever since.
Well,
And
BTS was the company that was going to do that huge Overlord figure that just got canceled.
Oh,
within
no.
the last
Overlord,
month.
yeah.
Overlord.
yeah. Well, now also look at Unique Toys. They started out. I can't remember what their first product was, but they did they did the Predacons, and several reviewers have commented that the quality has gotten better, and they have been retooling the figures as the line progresses. Now we've got toys like the Mania King, which is pretty well liked by a lot of people. And they went back and did this as the second color run, so they're learning as well. But like you said, BTS they never did anything to fix that Sonicron mold.
And the thing is,
no,
go ahead, go finish.
No, the Sonicron mode had the mold had some good ideas in it. It's just the quality of the materials and the tolerances was just all over the place.
Mm-hmm. And I have Night Morpher Annihilator, and between that and just the reputation they've built up since then, if there's a choice of the same character between Mastermind and some other group, I'm probably going to go with the Mastermind one. I'm not buying a Predaking, but if I was going to, I'd probably go for, what is theirs, Ares?
Yeah.
I think that's TFC.
Well, yeah, it probably is. Whatever Mastermind
Rex.
is, that's the problem.
Feral Rex.
Is it? Okay, so I would go for that above any of the others if I was going to buy one of these Predakings.
Yeah, I
Feral
wouldn't.
Rex sounds like a garage band.
Yeah, sure. My G1 Predaking is A-OK.
See, I've
And-
got
Go ahead.
Cyclops, and Cyclops is just a phenomenal toy. There's some scary engineering, but it's the only way you could design it, to design those parts to fold like that to get that alt mode. So there wasn't much you could do otherwise. But for me, fans toys with Scoria, and also I don't have Quake Wave, but I've heard nothing but good things about Quake Wave.
Quake Wave's awesome.
So they're one of the big people. Fans Projects is also again the big ones. So if these people will learn, like with DACA, unfortunately that there were reasons why that Skyfire did not come out the way it was planned, and I believe he has said he is not going to be releasing any more toys under, from what I understand. So that's sad because there's a lot of things about that toy that I like that I wouldn't mind seeing some retweaking on the mold to fix. But it's not going to happen.
I don't think Fans Toys is great. I mean, their first, that not Shockwave was awesome, but I had problems with my my first Dinobot, whatever, not Snarl. Yeah, Scoria. So to me, I don't know that they're in a place like Fans Project is. Fans Project is probably the one company that I know the product is going to be good when I get it. I've never had a Fans Project toy with bad quality.
I think Fans. Like, I'm sorry.
The point I was just going to make was, Fans Project and Toy World are both doing Headmaster characters at this point. And, I mean, I'm just sticking with the Fans Project ones because Fans Project, that's a known value for me. There's a different, level of the design to the Fans Project ones over Toy World. I understand some people are into what Toy World's doing too with theirs, but, I mean...
I'm a fan of the Fans Project engineering.
Yeah, their engineering's great. Fans Project has consistent high quality.
Yep.
And, I mean... There's just the sculpting too. It's a different kind of style, and it just works for me. Third-party stuff is expensive enough. I'm not gonna just buy whatever. I'm gonna be really, really selective when there's multiple iterations.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Diecast was saying before. It's nice to have multiple options. If Toy World was doing the only Headmasters, I would probably be buying them and feel okay with it. But I know there's that option now, and Fans Project is it's what I want to put my money into.
The economy though isn't sustainable with this stuff. Eventually, it's going to collapse. I mean,
that's true, and we actually talked about that. Do you remember the ShardaCon panel last year? This was one of the things we talked about then.
I mean,
but it'll leave the best companies.
It might. It might leave the companies that have the best management. I mean, it may not,
or the best financial backers.
Yeah, it may not leave one of the best toys. That's not always the same thing.
As long as I
but
got my
Fans Project has
KFC,
been in
I'm
operation since 2008. So they're in it to stay. I think Mastermind is in it to stay.
I think my first third-party item was a Fans Project. It was the
City Commander.
No, it was the gun for Hot Rod.
Sidearm.
Yeah.
Sidearm.
I think KFC's here to stay because I love that Double Down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's news too.
They're changing their name.
About to change the
Son
name
of a
KFC to what is
apparently by retailer request.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
I understand it.
I understand it.
I understand it completely.
Yum Incorporated has someone who searches Google for references to KFC. They find that, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Let me get this
Have you
straight.
seen the Keith's Fantasy Club logo? It's a direct. It's a direct copy.
Do that. Working for
KFC logo.
It doesn't matter. Working for a big company, there's someone in PR that actually gets that Google search agent every day when the company's mentioned. I get if my name is mentioned anywhere, I get an email like 2 or 3 times a day from Google telling me that I was mentioned somewhere. So I mean, God knows KFC does it.
Let me get this straight. These guys are cool with selling a toy called Not Optimus Prime, but minute it's too similar to where they got dinner from. Dude, you crossed the line.
And here's
you
the
can't
sad
copy
thing.
an American fast food restaurant.
It's really popular where these toys are made.
And here's the thing: we never got a cassette chicken.
That's true. I mean,
yeah.
I know
I wanted at least like a transformable biscuit or something.
I know the quality.
Biscuit transforms from like a biscuit to delicious.
I know they got some pretty crap quality and all that, but something about me just like $20. It's always some summer exclusive at the conventions or whatever. It's great for that.
But Stack, especially the second version, came out to be a phenomenal. Ultra Magnus is not one of my must-get characters. That's why I was happy getting Stack versus waiting for Magnus.
He had a weird face, didn't he? Or is
Yeah.
that just me?
Well,
It does.
I like it. It doesn't really bother me that much. But I mean, that is a phenomenally engineered toy, and it's so much better. Some people work better with small figures, like TFC did their reflector. It was small with a lot of parts, but it was engineered well for something that size. The small little reflector, they're not reflector from a while back.
Yeah.
I don't even
I want
remember TFC doing
Barbosa.
a reflector.
Somebody did.
Oh no, I do remember that now. I do remember that was one that actually did transform and form a camera out of the three of them. Because Perfect Effect didn't even do that, did they? That was just was just the figures like their little target masters that don't really transform.
Yeah.
The TFC one actually looked like a real camera.
Yeah, the photon.
Yeah, it looked like a digital SR. Hey,
One thing about Fans Project is they're skirting the line of over engineering, and of course, Intimidator is my example, because I think if they had left a lot of the Minosaur parts as secondary parts instead of trying to incorporate everything into not Motormaster, it would have been a lot more fun toy. Because I don't know anybody that wants to take that apart and put it back into the stun.
I never even took it out of the box yet. I'm intimidated.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move along, because great talk, but I think we're running out of steam, and there's a lot left. I want to go ahead and jump to Q&A with Rob Springer. We're actually doing that this week. So Rob, you have a couple questions.
We have. Let me pull up this Microsoft sticky note.
And Kim suggested that I read the question to you so that you can answer it. So you want to start doing that next week?
No, dude. Okay, next week.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
You want me to just forward them to you? Or
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Radical Man. Tell you what, I am copy and pasting the first one in our little.
No, just go ahead and read it.
Will ruin my fun. Hang on, let me drink some Coca-Cola.
So while Rob's drinking, I'll mention that if you're watching live, go ahead and ask away, because we are going to end the show with Q&A this week. Plus, I didn't know it at the beginning of the show, but I do want to do This Week in History. It's a pretty big one this week, so I think it's worth discussing. So, Rob, go ahead.
Okay, I've been eating ice cream the entire time you guys are talking.
You got that tongue.
Exactly, I got a big tongue.
Okay.
Okay. Like my voice isn't deep enough. Kent Taylor has... Oh, wait, I copied that part. Kent Taylor asks, what are your thoughts on Perfect Effect Warden, a.k.a. IDW Fort Max? Thanks, Kent. Well, that sure is a Fortress Maximus I can't afford. I really like him. I like that new version. It's painted like Brave Max, more so than the first one. What do you guys think?
I think that's actually a good example of the over-engineered thing we started to get into toward the end of the third-party conversation, because that toy is trying to do so many things at once.
It's really nice looking, though. Like, as a robot, it's really like, man, look at that thing. You know?
But it parts forms to hell, man.
Does it?
Yeah.
And I think the head mode sucks.
It looks... I've seen it on Fort Max's, and it's like, you guys put just a little bit too much detail in there.
Yeah, it's out of place.
Yeah, it stands out, yeah.
But you know the thing is, who has it here? Does anybody have it?
Here is my third... Hang on, let me get... Here is my third-party Warden. This is my sixth-party Warden.
Okay, so Ninja Dave has it. And I was at his apartment a few months back hanging out, and I got a chance to play with the Warden. Over-engineering is one way of saying it, but it feels so good to, like, transform and, like, move around. It's super-duper premium. It looks stupid when you actually put it on Fort Max.
Yeah.
But it's such a nice robot mode. I would almost buy it for that. If it were half the price, I would already own it.
It really, like I said, I see that I want it for the robot mode. It's like, well, that's supposed to be a tank mode. That's the thing about these Cybertronian modes. It's like, it turns into nothing. And then it turns into a head that doesn't really match the body you put it on. But that robot mode is like, why are you $100?
Yeah,
I want to buy you but like I have like a 2014 Ford Fusion. You know, like I'd like to put gas in it. You know?
Yeah. So
No, it's a super nice looking toy, like most of the stuff Perfect Effect does. But like most of the stuff Perfect Effect does, you gotta take half of it apart to change it to either of its other modes.
yeah,
And it's overpriced.
I would leave it
Yeah.
as leave it as a
Yeah.
robot. It's fantastic. What was the next question, Rob?
Okay. Basically, Kent, we're cool. You cool, bro? Okay, that was our Trans Fanatics.
Oh, there's a third question, Rob. Too. You're gonna go ahead.
Oh yeah, yes. Thank you. Now that my tongue is thawed out.
That thought out.
It's like you're all like all talking about, yeah, they're cool. Why does everything gotta be a paragraph? Jesus. Hey RFC, what's the big deal? Hey, you paid attention to last week. What's the big deal with Whirl and Roadbuster? You guys make such a big deal. Hang on, I got to scroll. Big deal about them, and I haven't seen anything good about Whirl. He seems more con than bot, and Jesus, this note is long. And hang on, let's just minimize the note, make it stretch. I did not prepare, I tell you.
That's fine, Rob. Just we get the
You
gist.
guys, and I haven't seen anything on Roadbuster. That's why we make such a big deal about Whirl and Roadbuster.
They're interesting Transformers, not just like from a character / comic perspective, from a history perspective. I mean, the fact that they were Bandai molds that wound up in the Transformers line is interesting enough, but the fact that we have new toys that are, based on those, I think that's really neat. Especially considering they weren't like wildly popular characters in G1, but here we have Voyager versions of both of them, basically solely on the fact that, Wreckers.
Well, it's just kind of like Boba Fett. Why do you even like Boba Fett? He's barely
I don't. He sucks.
Well, yeah, but why do
like
people like him so much? He's barely in the movie. Well, everyone loves him. These guys are like, here they are, off to the corner. They're kind of cool. Best thing
I would have loved to have had Whirl and Roadbuster figures long before IDW had the license. Hell, before Dreamwave had it. Just the fact having nothing to do with the comic, just on one, the look of the toy, the design, and the fact that they are interesting, that they're freaking non-Takara Transformers. There are not that many of those. Actually, speaking of, so the non-Takara Transformers that we have, which would have been the Deluxe Insecticons, Roadbuster Whirl, and Jetfire,
Shockwave, Skywing,
Shockwave.
Omega Supreme.
Omega Supreme.
Predaking?
No.
No, Predaking was internally designed.
I thought he was bought.
No.
No.
He's just radically different.
Just from Kmart.
Is there anything else? I can't think of anything else.
That's really the shoot balls.
And not counting.
The jump starters.
Oh,
No, Jumpstars are Diaclone.
are they? Oh,
No, I thought they came from.
they don't look. They don't look Diaclone to me.
I was always under the assumption they were, but I could be wrong.
I think the jump starters were bought from like a quick change line, RoboForm line, something.
Maybe. I know it's kind of a little stretching the line, but some of the Brazilian Transformers were bought from other non-Takara lines. Like, they had the mini-bots, but they also had those remote control cars they put in the main.
Yeah, I mean, there are things I don't.
Well, odd things.
Like the AM radio robot. I mean, I think that was a Transformer. I don't actually know the history of it, but it's such a weird ass toy that I'm not going to count it. But that's fine. That's fine though. But Roadbuster and Whirl, they're awesome, and that's why we care. That's why we talk so highly of them.
And it's one of those things like the UK comics. There were characters in that, and I think that kind of helped too, because of course the UK guys, they can talk all day and night about the comics, and all of us, when we started really discovering, we started loving them. So I think it just comes from you always appreciate the side character more.
Yeah, we gave IDW so much crap, like forever, when they were producing crap, and then they turned around, and it took a little while for us to accept that they weren't producing crap.
Skylinks, Andrew.
Yeah, we already mentioned Skylinks. But yeah, so but no,
it's interesting too that the Omega Supreme and Skylinks toys ended up in Takara's possession after the companies that originally made them folded and their assets, were bought up elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the reason I didn't think of those guys. I've never really thought about it. Obviously, they're off. They're not similar to other Transformers, but that's the point. I mean, they were reissued, so.
I was wondering what the possibility is with obtaining the Shockwave mold, being that's Toy Box, and that's what Radio Shack.
Radio Shack got it before Transformers came out.
But I think they have a controlling share in it because like all their toys are Toy Box toys. So with Radio Shack doing so badly, they might sell off the little assets to.
Or assets when Radio Shack goes under, assets will be sold.
Yeah, at cheap prices. Next thing you know, we don't only have a Shockwave reissue, we also have those piggy banks.
Okay.
Those things are pretty cool.
Hey, Rob, you had one more question.
Yes, please ask me, because I did not copy and paste.
Okay, so let me go to my email, because this came from Anthony Bricali, from tfu.info, our pal. God, I've known Ant as long as I've known Rob.
Used to tell us not to call him
don't call it. No, it was like, don't call me Tony. That was the name. Yes, that's like the name of his company, or it was. Don't call me Tony. Okay, so okay. A submission for this week's live Q&A. Can Rob please tell me the story about the time at BotCon where a dealer was showing a person next to him a Robot Master Convoy?
I'm such a jerk.
I am too.
Okay, it was OTFCC 04. That was a decade ago.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, you guys remember how at that time the Robot Masters toys were coming out? And we were all like, wow, at all the new molds. And
the old molds that we were getting again that we wanted.
It was great. We were all pretty excited for it.
Yeah.
Well, that OTFCC was when they really first started. Every dealer had them, and they were everywhere because everyone was excited for them. And it was actually a parts party. I had separated from our particular IRC group.
Our hive mind.
Yes. With a friend of mine, and me and him, I think it was Megamis's. We went to that party, and we kind of bounced around some of these room parties because Don remembers, and I know Brian remembers, the early days, the parts parties would set up in the lobby if they didn't get ran out, and it was just like makeshift signs, go to this room, go to this room.
They don't do that anymore?
I think it's just rooms now, just because it's like...
most of the places, the lobby, you can't do anything.
I think the last one I saw in the lobby was 03 when those giant lightsaber fights broke out.
The one where
the Wedgie from Doom?
Yeah. Yeah. God, we are terrible people. Go ahead.
Actually, I remember at that con.
I was there. I missed it. I remember our friend coming up so excited and telling me about the fact that he gave someone a wedgie.
And I reached out and I grabbed his
and the person he gave the wedgie, the person that he gave a wedgie, I actually bought my Omega Supreme from. So going full circle.
And the person who got a wedgie later cut a rap promo about it. About how he kicked his... It's like, you just got a wedgie in front of 100 people.
Okay.
Anyway.
So keep going, Rob.
Okay, I'm sorry. The parts parties did start off in the lobby, and they got kicked out shortly after. But we found our way to one of them, and the dealer is sitting on the floor playing with the Robot Master's Convoy, Optimus Prime, which was basically a scaled down masterpiece, the MPL-1 with a crappier truck.
It's a pretty crappy toy.
Yeah, it's not that great, but at the time it seemed amazing because we were like, wow, look at that. And I was like, hey, it's because I was planning to buy one at the show. I was like, hey, is that the new Robot Masters thing? I was laughing already. He goes, yeah, check him out. And I'm like, hold him. I'm like, oh, no, he's really cool. And he goes, yeah, he's super articulated. I'm like, your mom's super articulated.
That works with us, but with people you don't, yeah.
It just flew. The thing is, I had spent 13 hours in a van driving to Chicago with a good contingent of our hive mind. 13 hours straight, slinging insults.
How did that go over?
Well, this thing is, when I say I said that, it was not like I thought about it. It just came out, flew like that. Like, see, your mom's super articulated. And that's when I realized, oh, yeah. And I looked, and this guy's just like... for those on the audio portion, imagine any page of a Dreamwave comic.
Dull surprise!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Go to the TF Wiki and look up Dull Surprise.
Yes.
He has some very good pictures of it.
There are some great pictures.
It's just like, he's just like staring.
Did you apologize?
I just like, here you go. Just handed it back and left. Like, I should leave this guy's room.
Okay.
I didn't apologize. I just left. I was like,
You're
Bye.
Rob. You don't have to apologize.
I
Okay.
just insulted this guy's mom. Let's
So-
get out of here.
So
run.
Before we get a break, I did want to talk about this. So this week in history, we've broken format. This isn't at the beginning of the show.
I'm back.
We've broken everything this week.
Like, wait, we're at the start of the show
So
now?
this week in
Yes,
history,
this is just the start of the show, so strap in for another hour and 15 minutes.
It's time for some shattered ass.
28 years ago this week,
Oh, wow.
Transformers the movie and the soundtrack to Transformers the movie were released. 28 years ago. So, what did Transformers the movie do and mean for the Transformers?
Ruined forever.
It's been a good decade of only thing talked about.
It made season 3.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's pretty good. I'm glad that it existed for that at least.
There's
So-
a bridge.
so if Transformers the movie hadn't happened, would we be where we are today? I wouldn't, because I wouldn't give a
I
crap about
sincerely
Transformers.
doubt it.
I don't think if we were, we wouldn't be where we are now. We would be less toys, less presence in the marketplace.
I think
certainly not even live action movies.
I think Transformers, had it not been for Transformers the movie and the gigantic shift in characters that was mandated by the movie, we probably, if Transformers ever came back, it would probably be like some sort of, I don't want to say retelling, but basically constant rebooting, kind of like Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Like Ninja Turtles isn't like it's new every time they do a new series, but it's not like Ninja Turtles Armada or Ninja Turtles Cybertron. It's Ninja Turtles again. And if Transformers ever came back, it would probably be Transformers again. And some people would be fine with that, but that would be really boring.
Well,
Every time there's a new cartoon, that's pretty much what people complain about. How comes not
Also,
Scream
if
J1?
we never had the movie, we never would have had a Unicron,
That's true.
Yeah.
which is arguably one of the biggest ongoing influences in Transformers.
With
Matrix.
also Stan Bush.
Stan Bush,
Well,
The
yes.
Matrix.
but you know,
And it was the first time Optimus Prime died.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe not.
Did the comic beat that?
The comic beat that.
well,
It was the first time
First time he
Optimus Prime
died with
died
dignity.
in a non-stupid way.
No.
I think if you look back and I'll be honest, I was there. I was 16 years old. My mom took. I wasn't driving yet. I didn't have a car yet. I had my license but no car. My mom took me over with my I paid for my cousins. We went, and I was there. I was there. When Ironhide got killed, and I was like, damn. Then Prime dies. Damn. Windcharger and Wheeljack die. Damn. It's
Off
one of those,
screen.
yeah, but it's one of the things. Looking back, I think it's one of those linchpin moments that we would have had to have had it for us to be where we are now. We would have had to have had the movie. We would have had to have had Generation 2. We would have to have had Beast Wars. These are the things that keep the mythos building. So yeah, we've got a lot of different incarnations, but they've all built on the history to some degree. So without the movie, we wouldn't have the history that we have now. Like you said, no Unicron, which would make Prime something completely different for the first season. The whole trilogy would be something different from Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
Mhm.
So I think where we would be now would be a lot less fun place, and not near as rich.
Isn't it fair to say that without the movie, I mean, that was the first really good-looking, Transformers cartoon?
No, it wasn't.
Because the original series aren't as polished, aren't as nice looking. It just doesn't
And it
seem
had a
like
more
they.
Transformers the movie's
they
not
were-
that polished and nice looking.
It looks a lot nicer than season 1 and 2. I mean, the animation's a lot better. So it looks like they
Oh, come on, it
spent
doesn't hold a
a
candle to Bot.
So season 1, I actually think season 1 looks pretty decent.
It does.
I watched
it. Does.
it.
It was,
Season-
it was only what
16 episodes.
Yeah.
Season 2 is mostly crap. But season 1, season 1 though, I mean, like some episodes, there are some nice shots. I mentioned when we did the roll for it the rewind. There's that scene when Soundwave or whoever, was it Prowl? Was chasing the Decepticons, and they transform, and they at the dam and the waterfall, and there's the rainbow. It just looks really. It was nice and crisp and fluid. There's some moments in season 1 that look pretty darn good. And Transformers movie has some really stupid mistakes in it, and it really isn't that nice.
I'm just saying, it seems like they spent a lot more money on that, and they kind of. I think that was a turning point when they realized, oh, maybe we can put a little bit more money into this, into this media and into this franchise.
Until they saw the return on the investment after the movie opened.
Travis, you're taught.
But yeah, so
that one.
But the movie looked better than most of the shows. But compare it to other major animated films, it didn't look that good. No.
But the movie did give us something that a lot of people look over to this day. Slack farted.
Yeah, he did.
It's right there in the movie. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That was him knocking the door down.
No, he farted.
You go, Don. It sounds like you after being burrito night. It's like, Mwah. But
he totally farted. No. So Transformers the movie, I think it changed the whole future of Transformers. Transformers would probably be G.I. Joe if it wasn't for Transformers the movie.
That's a scary thought.
It would have been, yeah. I love G.I. Joe. God, I love G.I. Joe. But it would have, we'd probably be G.I. Joe if it wasn't for Transformers movie really changing things. Because
we're kind of close to it already.
G.I. Joe the movie added some characters, but it didn't really change that much.
It gave us Don Johnson. And really...
And Jinx. Yeah.
Jinx was more useful than John. You guys stop and think, and I'm going on there one of my old cartoon talks here, about the legitimacy of G.I. Joe as a military unit. We have soldiers that your safest place, and both sides, your safest place in a battle is the broadside of a barn. But to be fair, same with A-Team and Stormtroopers. But here's the movie, the most ridiculous aspect ever. And I'm not talking about the snake people, because that's totally implausible. You have a ninja who fights... First off, Snake Eyes. That's completely ridiculous. You have a ninja who's completely lethal blindfolded. Now, I know people are like, oh, ninjas are... I was like, no. Guys, while she's whipping that sword around, I can see perfectly someone's shooting her.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Yeah.
And it's like a dreadnought who's drunk on meth.
Here's one thing about G.I. Joe the movie. It gave us one of the greatest opening theme scenes ever.
For a cartoon, yes.
Yes.
I don't
it doesn't
care.
compare to Temple of Doom or anything, but
I mean, again, animated oranges to oranges here. But if you watch the opening of the G.I. Joe movie, even if you do not like war toys, you'll be like,
What do war toys have to do with G.I. Joe?
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think that G.I. Joe the movie's intro would inspire a non-fan to.
Well,
that's
as far
a
as
solid
enjoying,
intro.
It is.
I mean, as far as enjoying something, if you're not a big toy person, if you saw the intro, you probably would at least enjoy the intro for the energy.
And then as soon as you saw the swamp and the crocodile, you turn it off.
Yeah,
it's like that intro is pure adrenaline. They're like, sell this product, sell this product. And then you're like, oh yeah,
it's liquid 80s, basically. Is what this
I love G.I. Joe the movie's intro, and I like the movie. But yeah, I think it's great. But I think it's great because I'm a fan and a nerd. If I wasn't, I don't think I would care that much.
The best part of the movie though is Sergeant Slaughter beating the crap out of Nemesis Enforcer.
Yeah.
Because first off,
this is for this is for Duke.
American Pie.
It's for Duke.
And the funny thing is, you're a kid. You're like, yeah, get him, Sergeant Slaughter, and then you get once again a little older.
For the U.S. of A.
I've seen what Sergeant Slaughter actually looks like. he would be winded before he got to him.
Yeah.
Especially
mean,
if you've seen him recently.
Oh, he's in
man,
bad
you
shape
saw
now.
him
Man.
big. I mean, really, he was winded by the time he got to the ring. Like, whew, coming at you, boy.
But I'll never forget the line, we all go home or nobody goes home. That's how I live.
Whoever's gonna die.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead.
And at this point, if you want some really good G.I. Joe toys, go get the Call of Duty Mega Bloks minifigure.
Or if you can get the anniversary figures, they're nice too, except for that one that I broke last week. So.
Good
Get the
job.
crayons; they're great.
Oh, I love the crayons. I got that set that had the Trouble Bubble for like $20. Pretty happy with it.
The crayons are on sale for
On sale / clearance.
Yeah, for $1.98.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
We are never going to see that Terrordrome, are we?
No.
Ah,
Probably
God, I
not.
want that Terrordrome so
Yeah,
bad.
me too.
If you guys like crayons,
Yeah,
hit up
well,
local dollar
actually-
churches.
Actually, it's a Serpentor with a free Terradrome.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a break, and after that, we'll come back with our live Q&A, and then we're going to wrap things up.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be back here. We're back. So we're going to answer some questions that popped up during the show. Apologies. Apparently, back scroll in the chat only goes 30 minutes. We've been going nearly 2 hours. So, we've lost a few questions. So we do have 3 good questions that I wanted to tackle. And this one's really topical because rumors have been going around about this one. So the question is Michael Bay going to direct Transformers 5?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
And he's going to be twisting his newly grown mustache the entire time.
Hey, sure, he gets a lot of flack for it, but he also gets a lot of money for it.
With the monocle.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about the flack for it.
No, he
Why
loves that.
should he?
No, that like motivates him to do more.
Yeah.
Well, stop and think about something for not even 5 seconds, just like a blink of an eye. You ever see anyone say anything good about Nickelback?
Yes, I
Why
love
should
Nickelback.
they?
Mike loves Nickelback.
But you get my point.
Yeah,
It's like-
they're the worst band in America.
Everyone said, but you know what? They've got a whole lot more money than I do.
Yes,
They sell a lot of.
they're not the worst band in America
CDs.
now, but there was a time when they were the worst band going.
Well,
It's
it's
only
just.
because there's worse bands that have come along since.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, hey, Michael Bay, you should really quit making movies. I'm going to go to sleep on a bed made of money.
Exactly right. they write music and make music for the lowest common denominator. There are people who like it, and there are people who don't care, and they just listen to it because it's on the radio, and
The
they
thing
make
is,
money.
You say like, okay, why did Shia LaBeouf walk away from a Sure Tank? Well, because he's young and stupid.
Yeah.
Michael Bay is a 50-year-old man who's like, dude, they're paying me billions of dollars
Wait,
to light firecrackers around.
So I do want to
action
mention this. I do want to mention this. I have to make this point. People say, well, if you don't like the Michael Bay Transformers, why do you watch them? I'm the host of Radio Free Cybertron. I have to. But so Michael Bay did not direct the Ninja Turtles movie. He produced it. I'm not going to see it because I don't want to subject myself to it because I'm not the host of a Ninja Turtle podcast. So
I'm
there you
gonna
go.
Yeah, but you
right?
do have a Ninja Turtle podcast on your network.
I don't.
But
I'm
he's
not
not
on
on
it.
it.
I'm not on it.
The thing is, in all honesty, when people say, hey, Michael Bay directed that, and you're like, no, he didn't. For a medium that revolves around reading, the internet sure doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Bay was also behind.
The guy who
Right.
directed it was trying to be Michael Bay,
Yeah.
but
Well,
Michael
his-
Bay himself did not direct
What
it.
else was
His
behind?
production company was behind almost every horror remake in the past decade.
Michael Bay's?
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Didn't see
not
them.
the newest one. The
Friday
one
the
from the early
13th.
2000s, Friday 13th.
I liked Friday
Street.
the 13th, though.
Yeah, hit Platinum Dunes Entertainment. That's Michael Bay's production company. He has TV shows.
The Purge. The Purge.
Yes.
Oh, that, yeah. So, but my ultimate point is, I don't care who directs it. If it's bad, it's bad. If I'm not going to complain because it's Michael Bay, I'm going to complain because it's bad. If it's good, I like it. I don't care if Michael Bay does it.
He made
Somebody-
Meatloaf videos.
Yes, somebody else could get it and do just as poor a job. For example, someone followed up with, what about Brett Ratner? Exactly.
Or Optrod also suggested Uwe Boll, and Dan, I hate you for even mentioning that.
I can see the movie now.
Well,
You know,
mean,
I saw X-Men 3 in the movie theater, and
Me too.
I did too.
yeah.
You're just- After
did
the
I.
first two, you were like on such a high, and you were like, what the hell is going on?
you know, I didn't even like the second one that much.
I
I
love
love the second one.
The first half of the second one's great. The rest of it,
The first
is
half of
boring.
the second one, okay, I'll give you that.
But
I'll
the-
give you
I
that.
don't
does
care
lose
for.
its
I don't
way.
care for the rest, the other half of it.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much, we got to see the Wolverine Berserker scene, and we were all happy.
Now, if we could get, say, the Sixth Sense M. Night Shyamalan, that could be something interesting. If we get the rest of M. Night Shyamalan, no.
Transformers by J.J. Abrams.
That would be a step up. I'm not an Abrams fan, but that would be a step
Me either.
up. Yeah,
In a way.
Oh,
I mean-
it's still lowest. It's still lowest common denominator stuff, but he is way more. He's way better at storytelling.
I think
Oh.
the only way I'd be satisfied with an Abrams Transformers is if there was a carryover character from the Bay movies to be Spock Prime.
Okay, here is a list
Funny.
of Platinum Dunes films. We're saying air quote films because these are movies. 2003, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 2005, Amityville Horror. 2006, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. 2007, The Hitcher. You guys are catching a thing here. The Unborn, Friday the 13th, Horseman, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Purge 2, Ninja Turtles, Ouija that hasn't came out yet. Basically, money grab movies. This guy he's like, hey, why did Michael Bay make that? No, he paid for it.
Yeah,
He is now the third highest grossing director in history.
I'm surprised he's not first. Who's 1 and 2? Cameron.
Spielberg.
Gonna be-
Spielberg, I think. And
Cameron.
no, I don't think it was James
Really?
Cameron.
He hasn't made that many movies.
James
Relatively
Cameron
speaking.
needs
Really?
to
Yeah, you don't-
Transformers.
I don't like James Cameron that much.
I like
No.
Terminator by James Cameron. That's pretty much it.
I
Yeah,
like
but that's
early
not
James
Avatar.
Cameron.
Yeah, that's
wait
not
till
James
Avatar-
Cameron you have now.
Yeah.
Wait till
Yeah.
Avatar 2 hits.
This time with a plot.
But okay, so so the next question was more about us, not about Transformers so much. What do we all do? And I'll start. So I work for a Fortune 50 company that it's a large company. So basically, what I do is I'm a process architect. So it's such a big company. Anytime somebody has to do something, roll out a new program, initiative, whatever, somebody has to get together with everybody to figure out how things work, and then map it out. And that's what I do. That's me. Anybody else? I shared.
I'll share.
Uh,
I work at a motor vehicle. It's a accident management company, so it's kind of like an insurance company, but for big companies that have lots of vehicles that are self-insured for accidents. We act as the insurance company. We take the claim. We tell them where to have the vehicle fixed. And what I do is I look at the estimates and photos. I make sure the vehicle, the estimates in line with the photos, and that they're not charging the fleet too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also involved of the integration and new technology. I'm a part of at the company also. So I have like a dual role.
So we found out earlier this evening that Melvar is a serial killer. So we know that. But
Yeah.
He's not the
Okay.
one that I was insinuating that about, but okay.
me?
He can demolish a box of Captain Crunch.
Guys,
And he
I
stayed
hate-
at a Holiday Inn Express one time.
guys, this is going to blow your mind. What? Okay, we're going trivia question. What was the first movie Michael Bay worked on? No one's going to get this.
Bad Boys.
Nope.
I don't know, Rob.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, what did he do? Was he a production assistant?
He was 15 years old, filing the storyboards. This Joker has been in every movie we've seen.
Figure he would have picked up something positive from that experience.
Well, the thing is,
Hey,
I was
that's the
Googling.
that's the good Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, well, I was just Googling because I always heard he was involved somehow in Top Gun, but I can never figure out
Notice I
exactly
said
how.
the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
like The Last
sorry.
Crusade. I'm sorry.
But yeah, Last Crusade is
That
fun.
Crusade's okay, but I mean, nothing.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Raiders is way better.
Temple of Doom
Oh.
has the best intro.
Temple of Doom
I
is
hate
terrible.
Yeah, if Temple of Doom was just the intro,
It would be
the
amazing.
I love Temple of Doom, but I will say it is not the best. When you say, remember what we said last week? You like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
Yeah.
I love Sharknado.
How's the second one?
I haven't watched it yet. I really want to. I just haven't watched it yet because it's like this. The first one was bad, and people just latched onto it because it's got a funny name.
Yeah.
The second one, they're like, oh, let's ride this train. So they're purposely making a worse movie.
Oh.
So it's going to be like, oh, you just spelled the joke out for me.
So, real quick, in respect to the Michael Bay thing, Dan said he did pick up something. He learned how to rake in cash. Okay. So, any other shares before we jump to the next question?
I will. I work for a small startup retail company. Only been in business about 2 or 3 weeks. We're very small. No, I work for a large national retailer.
The largest.
And I work in the back room trying to keep the, when the system says, we need this for the shelf, I pull it, we send it to the floor, the overstock that comes back, I bin, and then I do whoever gets to me first and says, go do this.
Awesome.
So
I think we all do that.
Don works at Service Merchandise.
That's awesome. Okay,
the company's closed and I still go there. I'm the only person there. Where's everybody else?
So this one, last question, and Crazy Steve asked this. He's in the chat because we ran 2.5 hours tonight. No format.
All the slides, Crazy Steve.
So I love Crazy Steve. I would marry Crazy Steve, but I don't think he would appreciate that. So I just want to say. So he wants to know if we'll have a table at TFcon, and the answer is no.
We will have a walking high five section.
We will have a walking high five section.
We will have a case of the walking farts.
We were talking about having a table. So Awesome Paladin added some notes on some items he's interested in. Excellent. So but yeah, so we're not going to have a table. We talked about it. It would just not be cost effective, and frankly, this is the first time they're doing it, and how often do I get to go to Chicago? Like, it's gonna be it's been the first time I've gone in 10 years. So I like having a table if it's a place that, like, when Shardicon, I live there. So it's not like, I wanted to go out and experience like all the things in the area. Or at SavCon, which is Savannah's nice, but I could deal with that after hours. Chicago's going to be awesome. I don't know what the convention's going to look like from a size perspective. So, like, one of the most miserable things I've done, I got to see a lot of people, like Crazy Steve, and Don, long before Don was on the show. But the table that we did at BotCon 2010, the thing about having a table, if you want to go and have fun and hang out with people and go to panels, it makes it really hard. And it's not really worth the effort. So, no table for us at TFcon. And he also wanted to know if we're going to have T-shirts. I've been meaning to do T-shirts again.
I'll break out the Sharpie.
Just 10 of us walking around in Radio Free Cybertron shirts.
We design, and that's what Amy does. Amy sells shirts at BotCon and whatever. She just basically carries them around in the bag, and people walk up to her and buy them from her. But it's just...
they probably just do that to talk to a girl.
I just had the worst mental picture of what we would smell
Rob
like.
Rob actually has struck on a pretty good idea here. He should do like 10 or 12 hand-done RFC shirts.
Guys.
In his style, that would be great.
Guys.
Yeah.
Puffy paint.
Yeah.
Know what I'm talking about? Big old puffy paint pentagram.
Yeah.
Radio Free Cybertron. And then just put red all over your face and smash it in the middle.
oh no, it'd be a pentagram, but it would be Armada, Cybertron, Energon.
Don, I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Guys, you and me are both fans of Energon.
Yeah, but...
no.
But
those
yeah,
words never escape my lips.
Not doing a table. If it was closer, maybe, but, it's an 11-hour drive, so...
And just I have a Ford F-150. From the back to the... Probably close to what
There's a lot of stuff
on the initial setup, yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got... I got all this Mega Force, Super Mega Force, Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
Yeah, not cost effective. If this were the Greensboro convention, Don, are we having the Greensboro Comic Con this year?
Yeah, but that show, I set up at that show about 3 years ago,
mm-hmm.
and it was completely dead. Saturday afternoon after 3.
We need to do that again.
Sunday
we need to go there this year again.
Yeah, it was just completely dead.
Well, I'm going to go back because that was fun.
It was fun, but as far as from a dealer standpoint.
Yeah. But
I was so bored. I literally was just, sitting at the table. Nobody was buying anything.
I didn't see a lot of. I didn't see a lot of stuff there. But yeah, but yeah, no table. But again, we'll have one at another convention. It's probably going to be something that's closer. Just taking all that crap.
GoPro the entire time, like all this GoPro'd up.
Yeah, so I'm not going to buy GoPros for everybody. So
Don's going.
What's a GoPro?
it's a camera.
Don's buying.
Don, you don't know what a GoPro is?
Why would Don need a GoPro?
I came off Windows 98 and dial-up 4 years ago. I don't keep up with the tech.
Yeah, but they sell them at the largest retailer in America.
I work in
Yeah,
the back
there's
room.
no display.
I never go on the floor anymore.
Yeah.
We could wear the.
Yeah,
$40
Don's lucky. He doesn't have to come out of the back.
Yeah.
He's hiding from the customers. No.
So XV,
Diecast, you've been in a place like that. You know what that's like.
XV and I were in a place like that. It smelled like farts.
Yeah.
I still work
that
at
whole
Staples.
place.
Whole place smelled like
Going-
farts.
Yeah.
Chicago's going to smell like farts.
I was telling somebody else about that story. I was telling somebody else about that story the other night too. It's just as funny to people who weren't there.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Because when you say this whole store smelled like fart, I mean that resounds with everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's been in a farty store, well, at least once. What the hell? It's everywhere.
Okay.
I've been in a few, really.
I'm never going to Tuesday
Yeah,
morning
but that's
again.
because you caused it.
Yes, I did.
They're
Never go
going
to Target after Golden
The
Corral.
smell is
Okay.
following me around.
Oh, there I am.
Chicago,
It was me.
okay, Chicago is going to have their elite SWAT force on the road at the city limits, waiting for us. Say no, go wait.
Hey Don.
That's
Don.
why I'm going to be there a day early.
Hey Don. So
Yes.
I'm gonna make sausage for a second. No. So in respect to you having a table, you were talking about doing a table at TFcon. What I said in respect to JD stuff, I think also probably applies to that. It's going to. I don't know that it's going to be worth the effort.
Yeah, I'm not going to have enough time for my personal collection that I want to sell.
I will help you. I'll help you organize and stuff like we did with JD's too.
Yeah, well, it's at this point, if we were going to do a table, I wanted JD stuff to get priority. Hopefully BotCon will be close enough that I'll be able to do a table there next year. Again, Mr. Brian Savage, if you see this,
Raleigh,
I want to have
Durham,
it somewhere
Durham.
on the East Coast.
The
that'd
Corey
be
Center,
nice.
the Corey Center in Greensboro is fabulous.
I
Oh,
heard
God,
Florida. Are we still thinking that?
Yeah.
It'll be in Orlando
But
again.
Nobody's gonna know until either a hotel
Christmas Eve.
leaks the information, like happened with Pasadena, or we're 2 weeks away from the convention.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I have no inside. I have no inside information. I do not have, because remember, no one tells me anything.
Who knows?
But I got a feeling that this next year is going to be a complete break. Something since it's not a movie year, they're not going to be tied to Pasadena or Orlando, whatever the case may be.
I think it's gonna be Dallas or Florida.
I think it's going to be someplace
God.
we've never. I think it's going to be someplace we've never been before. Just
I don't.
to shake everything up.
Wait, I got a question.
I
Aaron
think-
Archer seems to be appearing at a lot of, like TFcon and stuff. Do you think he'll be at the next BotCon?
He'll probably be there as an attendee.
Yeah, because I got a feeling he would probably not want to be there in any kind of
He can't be there in any official.
perceived.
He's not going to stand Bush himself.
Did you?
I love Stan, I really do.
Well, and I think the only reason Aaron, came to ShirterCon because
So
it's
darn
right
close.
there.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he just stopped by at that one. But
Well, he was going to meet up with Cypher. Was basically
Yeah.
it. Our friend
He's
Greg.
a guest. He's a guest at TFcon.
He is a guest at TFcon.
He was a
guest,
guest at TFCon.
the
Toronto.
normal
Toronto
TFcon.
too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a guest, or I guess he's gonna have a panel.
But
I don't
he-
know.
Well,
the-
I mean, he still enjoys all this stuff. So if somebody invites him to come and talk about something that he liked that he spent a lot of years on, he's not going to turn it down
Yeah.
unless he can't make the time.
We need to bring him Cheerwine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be nice.
I need to. We
We need to bring all the guests that don't live in the South Cheerwine.
Yeah, that's true.
Why don't we
Oh,
have a
yeah.
sponsorship with them by now?
that's why you can't bring Don stuff. You have to bring cases of
Yeah.
cheer wine.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Well, I mean, you brought cases of Cheerwine to Dallas too. I mean,
Yeah. So I don't have anything else. I think we should probably go ahead and wrap things up.
Fair enough.
3 hours later.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
What can I say? I'm the realist.
God, I
Full
hate that.
circle.
No. We had a really long show, but we had some good stuff in it.
Yeah, it was fun.
You know
Yes,
what,
we need
guys?
to do
This
this
is-
more often.
This is the most like a classic RFC we've had in a really long time.
Yeah, I know. That's intentional.
And there goes Don.
Damn it! It's like a classic RFC.
It is. Yep. Okay.
I don't know. Rhinox
Way to go,
Spark.
Skype. Right at the very end.
So you can follow us on Twitter at TF Radio. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. Rob has Bumper out, so he's waving at the camera if you're not watching the video.
Oh,
I would-
that cat is so cute.
It is.
Cat's like, help!
I
We've
would,
seen
do
the
that
small
with,
part.
I would do that with Matt.
Yeah,
The cat's
Massey would
saying
counterattack though. Bumper just is like
He keeps
helpless.
going.
So I'm gonna end the show with this.
are large.
Dumpster J wants to know, what do I think of third-party transforming, combining Dinobots? Bad idea. Okay, that's the show. We'll see you next week. Have a good one,
Take care,
Kiss my
bye.
ass.
Rob.